Good afternoon, traders. It is Monday, March 16th at 2:55 p.m. Let's review our trade setups we had for today. We had Micron, MU, and Meta, our friends over at Facebook. So let's see what's happening on the daily chart. So this one, MU gapped up. We saw that. And we're seeing that if we drew a line, this is, we'll see if it retraces to the prints back tomorrow or something, but it's pushing up double top here. Let's see if that actually holds, but it was pretty good for a day trade. So bullish above 443. And so here's our 4 a.m. back here. And so our first target was 444. We called this out about, it was pushing almost 444 when the video came out. So 444 shot up to 446, pulled back, and then into the open. Look at this. It's crazy. This one here was a high of 454.86. And so we had targets up to 450, 455, 53, which was this R3, which is usually overbought. But anyway, it actually hit 3 of our targets there for 7-point move there, and then maybe taking some profit. And then we came right back down to this level. So here where the cross is, this is a break and a retest, and we seem to, it was holding for a bit, came back up to the 450 level, and then right back to this level again. So there's not really much going on there today with that one after this massive move up and then the retracement back down. But you see this massive volume, big wick on top, and then we just had a bit of waning volume that brought it all the way back down here to this old support level. So, okay, let's move on and look at Meta. So Meta here, I'll zoom back to our 4 a.m. when we mapped this out. That was back here. So we were bullish above 631, bearish below 624.50. And so the 631, we were here pretty much when it when we mapped this out. Yeah, it was a very close to here. So this one shot up to 633.82. And our first target was 632.50 and then 633.46. So that hit a target there too. And then so that was a break coming back here to retest this level. And then we pulled back up. Was that a bit of a higher high? And into the open. So it pulled back in the open, bit of a higher high, and then just fizzled out all the way back down here to about 623.10. So we were bearish below 624.50, and this would have been pretty much, let's see how many times we talked. Yeah, so 624.50 down here, and then that would have stopped us out here. That was 624.11, and then we came up higher low there. So I'm going to count this as a stop out on the downside for Meta there. But anyway, a lot of these just moved either pre-market or into the open and then fizzled. And when we look at that here, let me slide this over a bit. This overall is kind of bearish. And we were talking about these sorts of things when we're doing our trade setup. So we have this, then we have the consolidation of prints, then we have the breakdown, then we have the retest potentially and see if this fails. If this fails, then sure, we can come back down to here 613, down below 600, and then down to here 583, right? If that's the case, if we're testing all of this, look at all of these millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that are below us at the moment. So we just have to be careful of that in the longer term swing. So if we were to go long, we need to be above these prints. We need to get above 670. And that's quite a bit of a move. That's 43 points to go long on this with this mess in between. Okay, there you have it. Those are your 2 trade setups for today. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe, leave some comments in the comment section below. I'm always happy to hear what everybody's doing, what you're trading. If you want me to cover anything specifically, I will make a specific video on it. And please subscribe to our Dark Pool Weekly Report at MobyTickTrading.com/weekly report. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is check out the prints today. We're going to look at the late prints. Normally don't bring this up, but the IWM today, 6.2 million shares. That's the Russell 2000. It's $2 billion right now. The SPY is at 5.1 million. Now, these are the late trades, so this was pretty much the close of the day. The previous day, this is $3 billion there. The Qs are quite light with 100,000, and there's nothing on the DIA today. Yeah, there's nothing going on with that one. But these two here, the SPY and the IWM, absolutely massive. So if we go and we look, we'll click on the SPY here, and we'll have a look. So all of these things that are orange are prints that are for today. And 5.5 million here, 662.30. So look at this on the daily chart. This is a bit of a mess with all of the prints, but we've pulled back. This is the VWAP is the orange line. We got my 200 simple, 200 exponential, 5.5 million here. And then we've moved up. So we've got this waning volume, the increasing volume bit waning a bit. Today is pretty low on volume, but the dark pool is pretty active. The 4 and the 8 exponential moving averages are moving down. We need to break above this with a target of maybe 676, 6 or 7 points. Maybe we'll see if we can get back up there. But this is a similar sort of thing. These are tough to trade, these rounded tops, where they're moving down. So if this is the ice here, around 671, if we can't hold that, break, retest, if we start moving down, then we can definitely get down to the 650 level on the SPY, which, and then that's the overall market, the IWM as well. IWM, we'll have a quick look here and see the prints for today. 6.4 million there. We've got this 246.58, 37 trades. So these are the late prints for the day. And then other ones, 500,000, 200,000, things like that. And so you can see that we're below all of these. So 246, we're just 246.58 was the 6.4 million. That's pretty much the previous day's close. We're above that by the $3 here that we're up on the day. So if we break below that, get below this low here, 244, then we can probably see a move lower on that one. Maybe we'll see if we can come down to 230 on that if these moving averages don't hold. So these ones are very strong. So we've tested this 161 exponential 1, 2, 3 times. So if we break that, we've got the VWAP here, 243, probably bounce back to my 200 simple, 240 bounce. And then below that, we've got to look left for targets to see 229.87, and then maybe go back further in prints and see what's actually going on. All right, little bit of extra for you today. Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow. All new trade setups. MobyTick has partnered with TrendSpider to bring real-time institutional trades to your charts. Click the link in the description below for more details.